Well, let's do this. Welcome to Botox Cowboys, a podcast where beauty meets banter, and two dudes who never thought they would get a cosmetic treatment wound up getting a lot of them. We're here to spill the tea, or should we say talks, on everything aesthetics.
Yeah, whether you get injections, you're an injector, or just Botox curious, we're here to break down the myths, tackle the misconceptions, and answer the burning questions everyone's afraid to ask.
From, does Botox make me look weird, to, do everything, doc. I want all the treatments, but I don't want anyone to know I've had it done. We've heard it all. The world of aesthetics is booming. Let's be real though, it's still wrapped in a whole lot of stigma and stereotypes.
But not here. Botox Cowboys is all about keeping it real, having a laugh, and learning along the way. No judgment, no gatekeeping, just straight talk from the front lines of the aesthetics industry.
Saddle up, because whether you're a seasoned pro or a total newbie, you're in for a good ride. Let's talk Botox, fillers, beauty trends, and everything in between, because looking good shouldn't really feel too bad.
Yeah, and hit like, hit subscribe, follow along. Let's get into it. Andrew, tell us about you.
Yeah, let's do this. I can't believe we're actually making a podcast. So for our two listeners out there, I guess I got to introduce myself. So my name's Andrew. I am Tyler's best friend. Let's be honest, that's the most important thing here. I am a medical doctor who began my career in emergency medicine. I was department head and kind of got interested in cosmetics by chance and wound up working really hard at the field, growing multiple businesses. Then I wound up teaching, and it's been a wild journey to having trained thousands of doctors all around the world now and being an industry key opinion leader. It's all been a blur. Tyler, how about you? What brings you on this pod, good sir?
Yeah, I'm Tyler Brooker, and I have no business being here at all. I'm a tradesperson, but now I work remotely for two companies, actually. I'm a construction manager, and I also work for a software company, neither of which have anything to do with this podcast. I have been getting aesthetics treatments for many years, though, so thank you for inviting me to be here with you. Let's get into it. Let's talk about number one, learning the ropes. What is Botox, Andrew?
So Botox is a brand of medication that relaxes muscle, and it helps reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It's been safely utilized for 20 to 30 years all around the world, and this stuff is absolute liquid gold. So most people are aware of it because, you can treat between the eyebrows and it gets rid of those deep-seated 11s. Some people notice their forehead lines, or those lateral canthal lines are what people call crow's feet. But Botox can be used just about anywhere for both cosmetic and therapeutic purposes.
That's really good. Is there like a nerdy science explanation that's kind of reasonably stupid enough for me to understand?
All right. Well, let me try this. So Botox itself, the molecule that everyone is worrying about is the 150 kilodalton active core toxin. And so this prevents the release of acetylcholine at the presynaptic motor nerve terminals. Therefore, your muscles cannot contract, and thus you cannot form those deep-seated lines that give you the appearance of being aged or weathered, or in your case, looking ridden hard and put away wet.
I'm really, really, really sorry I asked.
Tell me a little bit about your first experience with Botox. Obviously, I was the first one that gave it to you, and you've been getting it for many years since. But take us back to that first fateful moment.
It was terrifying. My friend from college asked me to, well, I guess you were in university, but I was in college, and you asked to put a needle in my face. And all I had is the common misconceptions about Botox. So I thought you were going to make me look weird, duck lips. I don't know. Maybe I was going to have boobs after. I had no real idea. So, but no, it was good. Like I was shocked because, guys don't really have any experience with changing the way we look, right? We don't put on makeup. We don't curl our hair. We don't do much at all in the form of improving our appearance. So, to see myself look younger and fresher, it was a really, really great experience. I should have expected that. You put on a suit, you feel good, you look good, you change how you look. And I don't know, Botox isn't exactly a suit for your face, but it definitely does improve your overall look for the better. So tell us, let's jump into the clinic corral. I have a few questions. just like we said in the intro, some burning questions. Let's put these to bed. Will Botox make me look frozen?
It shouldn't. Botox should relax your muscles. And in the first few days when it's kicking in, you definitely have less movement than normal. However, you'll get that movement back without the deep-seated lines if it's done correctly.
Can Botox fix resting bitch face?
This is a very common one I get asked. So typically what that refers to is the corners of the mouth start to turn down over time. So people look, unhappy at rest. And yes, just a couple injections of Botox will turn the corners of the mouth down, back up to neutral. You look more approachable, more happy, and less resting bitch face.
It looks like you've had 10 of those treatments right now. I've never seen such a shit-eating grin on your face. Okay, next one. Will Botox give me duck lips?
Negative. That's filler and too much of it from a bad injector. That is a big misconception. Botox is not going to give you duck lips.
Will it drop my eyebrows?
If done poorly, yes. There's some, basic rules that we work really hard to train people on. And if you put way too much of it in the forehead, your brow can come down. However, this is not something that people have to worry about if their injectors are trained well.
Okay, this one. Will I get botulism with these treatments?
Negative. The way these medications are made, they're naturally purified proteins that relax smooth muscle, as I said, and are naturally broken down by the body. So no, people do not get botulism from this medication.
Okay. What are the different types of Botox?
Okay, similarly to how, if you're going to go buy a vehicle, you could buy BMW, Mercedes, Audi, use any analogy you want. Golf clubs here, Titleist, TaylorMade, Ping, whatever. There's a bunch of different brands, a bunch of companies make this 150 kilodalton active core neurotoxin. The common ones that people have heard about, Botox, Xeomin, Dysport, there's a number of different ones all around the world. So lots of different trade names out there, but they all do the same thing.
This one I've lived. I travel a bit for work. And so I have the best injector in the world in Canada at home in you, but sometimes I'm abroad and I have to get it somewhere else. So answer me this. What happens if I hate my Botox?
Well, I did get some pleasure seeing you walk around with a Spock eye for the last couple of weeks.
Only one Spock eye. Looked like The Rock.
Cheat on me one time and that's what you get, baby. Yeah, that was pretty good. You did look a little surprised from the left side for a little while there. So, fun fact. No one in this world, if they've had Botox done correctly, has hated it. This stuff is amazing, and hence its popularity worldwide.
How much does it cost?
Well, Botox, it's just going to depend on the number of areas treated, the muscle strength. Your average patient for a full face is looking somewhere between $500 and $1,000.
And is Botox only for old people?
No, that is a common misconception. This medication is used widely by people in their 20s and 30s to prevent the signs of aging before they start to work. I like to say, think of your face like a sheet of paper. Every time those muscles contract, those wrinkles form. And it's just that sheet of paper folding over and over and over again. And that crease that develops gets more and more permanent. It's harder to get rid of once it's there. And so that's why Botox is an amazing medication to prevent the signs of aging from advancing.
I kind of offended myself the way I wrote that question down. Old people is basically people our age and on. So I meant middle-aged, normal, super youthful young people. Anyways, what about this one? Last question. Is Botox just for vanity?
You actually kind of had hit the nail on the head earlier. I would say no. Everyone wants to look and feel better, and people go about it in different ways. So people work out, you yourself, you're a fitness guy, you like to be strong, you like to look fit. Similarly, you don't have to trim your beard, but you do because you feel better. I don't have to wash my car, but I do because I'd like to keep it clean. There are all sorts of things that we do in our day to look and feel our best. And I really don't think Botox is any different. And I just believe that there's a lot of people that don't really understand what it is. And people typically are judgy about things they don't know anything about.
That's actually, that's a great answer. Okay, moving on. This one is no bull question. Tell me about your favorite Botox treatment, the lip flip.
Yeah, definitely. This is what you are getting. And there is no way out of this, Brooksy.
I'm not getting that lip flip.
You're getting the lip flip. So the best treatment in all of cosmetics, this is for injectors and for patients, is the lip flip. So this is Botox across the upper lip, and I've been working on Tyler for this for a long time. Why won't you get it, buddy?
I want to be able to drink through a straw, and like I like soup. I don't know. I know that it does, I'm sure, look good, but I don't know. I like my thin little bird lip up there. It works just fine. We'll have to have a bet or something. Sometime down the line, if there's a bet, they'll lose. Something will happen. Maybe like on the Super Bowl next year or something. And the loser, I'll get the lip flip. And if you lose, you have to get Scrotox.
That is so out of proportion for what I'm asking of you. But yes, we can create a high stakes bet between the two of us to ensure that you get this awesome cosmetic procedure. And so for those of people out there that have no idea what we're talking about, Botox can be used above the lip to prevent those pucker lines, smoker lines, barcode lines, whatever you want to call it, from breaking down your lip. So the focal point of the face, eyes, mouth, and a lot of people spend a lot of money on their upper face and they forget about their lower face. And so for the 4 to 6 units of Botox you're getting to preserve your vermilion border and keep your lip looking fresh, it's the best thing you can do in all of cosmetics. Now, the thing about it is that half the people really hate the way it feels. The other half are fine with it. This is the secret sauce, is for those people that hate it, get it a second time, 8 to 10 weeks later, and you will not notice those same symptoms. So first time I got it, I felt drooly. When I was brushing my teeth and went to spit, just kind of leaked out. I couldn't say Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. It's a very strange sensation, but now I get 18 units in my lips to prove a point, and I can speak completely naturally. And that neuromodulation, you get used to it. That's the magic of Botox. So don't give up on it if you don't really like the feel of it the first time, and you got the best treatment in all of aesthetics.
If I lose this bet, I'm getting it one time and one time only, buddy. Okay, I have another question. Once you start, you can't stop. Do I need to get these treatments forever, or can I do it as I can afford it? What's the skinny on this? What if it wears off?
Yeah, man. I mean, in your case where we're trying to keep you from stank ugly, it's really important to keep these treatments going nonstop. But the reality is most people have lives to live. And yeah, you should be getting these treatments every 3-4 months. But people go on vacation, circumstances change, they forget their appointment. This is not something that is highly addictive, frankly, or addictive at all. This is just some maintenance. And sometimes people just put a pause on it, come back to it a couple years later, pick up where they left off.
Let's move on. I want to talk to you about the Botox course. So I'll pump your tires for 1 second. Don't get used to it. But Andrew does have a world-leading training course, education course on Botox. So I guess question 1, do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy teaching others how to do this?
The answer is, for the most part, yes. There's no perfect job out there. And the Botox course, I mean, it's the simplest name out there. We created this brand to try and improve the standards in aesthetics education because, frankly, the general public doesn't really know that for injectors, the standards to get into it are exceptionally low, or they have been traditionally. Unlike people getting into medicine where they've got to take an undergrad, obtain their medical degree and then go on to some postgrad residency training, you can literally watch a YouTube video and go do cosmetic treatments, which is wild to me. And so we created this program so it could teach people a very comprehensive skill set so they could go do these procedures safely, deliver exceptional results, and make people very, very happy because it's an amazing revenue stream and an industry that certainly changed my life for the better. With that said, there are some that are not so easy to teach. And, most days it's better than not.
Fair answer. What are the key traits that make injectors successful in your experience from teaching them?
They have to be hardworking. They got to have attention to detail. They have to be kind. and they have to be receptive to feedback. I think that there's a lot more that goes into it than simply sticking a needle and point it into a fold. Rapport building and setting up an environment for your patients to understand the treatments, have their expectations set appropriately, and be able to meet their expectations and deliver treatment in a very, I would say, methodical, fast, painless way is actually quite hard to do. You've been a demo at a number of the courses, and you've seen some people who have not so steady hands.
Actually, that's very true. I was definitely spoiled not having to pick an injector because, wow, sometimes it does not feel nice. Close us out here. Give us a recap. What's Botox? What do we talk about? Take it away.
Well, Botox is amazing. It's something that guys and gals all across the world should be considering because it helps you look and feel your best, prevents these deep-seated lines from coming in. It's been used safely for a long time, and the stigma of aesthetics that was negative is starting to wear off. So hopefully we can educate some people on that, make you feel a little more comfortable about it. We can follow Tyler's journey through his aesthetics treatments to getting towards his lip flip. And our next episode, we're going to dive into the topic of fillers, which I know is something you desperately need, good sir.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. That's it for episode 1, everybody. Thanks for listening. Click subscribe, follow Andrew's Instagram at The Aesthetics Coach, and check us out at BotoxCowboys.com.
Do you still want me?